Welcome, families. The name of today's workshop is Parenting Styles and Validation, Understanding Parental Style and the Importance of Validation. The learning goal for this evening is, in this workshop, participants will be able to differentiate between different styles of parenting. Participants will also be able to understand validation and how to utilize it. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about different types of parenting styles, parent-to-parent scenarios, what is validation, how to start using validation, and we're also going to practice a scenario. Starting off with parenting. So what does parenting look like for you? For all of us, our parenting styles can vary. And then also they can be impacted by the scenarios that we're in. We can be very, very nurturing. At times you can be a little bit distant, or sometimes a little bit loud, or sometimes a little bit kind of taken away from everything. We're going to go into a little bit of detail in regards to these 4 different types of parenting. Different types of parenting styles. Authoritarian, focus on obedience, punishment, and discipline. Authoritative, create positive relationships and enforce rules. Permissive, don't enforce rules. Kids will be kids. Uninvolved, providing little guidance, nurturing, or attention. The different types of parenting styles. Why is it important to know the different types of parenting styles as a parent leader that you are? How does it benefit a parent leader to know all the styles? Parenting styles. Authoritarian parenting. In this type of parenting, an authoritarian parent, caregiver, guardian are often thought of as disciplinarians. Use a strict discipline style with little negotiation possible. Punishment is common. Communication is mostly one way, from parent, caregiver, guardian to child. Rules are usually not explained. The parent, the caregiver, or the guardian with this style are typically less nurturing. Expectations are high with limited flexibility. The next style of parenting is a permissive parenting style. A permissive or indulgent parent, caregiver, guardian mostly let their children do what they want and offer little guidance or direction. They are more like friends than parents, caregivers, or guardians. Their discipline style is the opposite of strict. They have limited or no rules and mostly let children figure problems out on their own. Communication is open, but these parent, caregivers, or guardians let children decide for themselves rather than giving directions. The parent, caregiver, or guardian in this category tend to be warm and nurturing. Expectations are typically minimal or not set by these parents, givers, or guardians. The next parenting style is uninvolved parenting. An uninvolved parent, caregiver, or guardian give children a lot of freedom and generally stay out of their way. Some parents, caregivers, or guardians may make a conscious decision to parent in this way, while others are less interested in parenting or unsure of what to do. In this type of parenting, no particular discipline style is utilized. An uninvolved parent lets a child mostly do what they want, probably out of a lack of information or caring. Communication is very limited. This group of parents offers little nurturing. There are few or no expectations of children. The fourth and final style of parenting is authoritative parenting. These type of parents are reasonable and nurturing and set high, clear expectations. Children with this type of parents who demonstrate this style tend to be self-disciplined and think of themselves. This style is thought to be the most beneficial to children. The disciplinary rules are clear and the reasons behind them are explained. Communication is frequent and appropriate to the child's level of understanding. Authoritative parents are nurturing. Expectations and goals are high but stated clearly. Children may have input into goals. Parenting styles. As a parent leader, it is important to know all the different types of parenting styles so that you can 1. Know the type of parenting styles others have in a non-judgmental style. 2. Understand where other parents' point of view. 3. If asked for advice by other parents, as a parent leader, you can take into account their parenting style and offer advice for their standpoint. A reflective question. Knowing the parenting style, how this information will be useful when you are having a conversation with other parents. Let's practice a scenario. A high school student wants to go to a university across the country. The student's family resides in California and the university the student wants to attend is in New York. As a parent, how do you respond to this scenario according to each parenting style? Some possible answers. An authoritarian parent might say, "No way, you need to choose a university close to home and commute. There is absolutely no way you will go across the country to school." A permissive parent would say, "Sure, if that is your choice, go to that school and have fun and be careful." An uninvolved parent may reply, "Whatever, go to whatever school you want to go. It doesn't matter where you go or if you go." An authoritative parent may respond, "I am not so sure how I would feel if you went to school so far away from home. I don't want to say no if that is what you really want. Maybe we can further explore this together and visit the campus together before you make your decision." Parenting styles. It is also very important to note the following. Sometimes a parent or caregiver don't fit into just one category. Don't feel guilty to be one type of parenting style at any given time. There will be times when you will be more permissive and other times when you will be more authoritative. Studies do show that authoritarian parenting is the best parenting style. But even if you tend to identify with other parenting styles more, there are steps you can take to become a more authoritarian parent or guardian. Parenting styles. Remember that with dedication and commitment to being the best parent you can maintain a positive relationship with your child while still establishing your authority in a healthy manner, even when exploring career choices and college options. And over time, your child will reap the benefits of your authoritative style, as they will be more prepared to enter the college world thanks to your authoritative style. Parenting styles. The 5-step guide to being an authoritarian parent. High expectations. Encourage them to reach their higher education goals or dreams. Support them along the way. Be reasonable. If you don't agree with their career choice or school choice, try to understand them. Communicate. Listen and talk about their college needs, goals, and choices. Teach decision making. Help them create a pro and cons list if they cannot choose a college to attend in the fall. You can also teach responsibility. Let them come up with how their choice will impact their life and what types of consequences it will have on them and their family. Now, let's talk about parenting caregiver tool, validation. What's in your parenting tool belt? What is validation? Validation is a tool that lets others know that you understand and accept their thoughts and feelings. People include other parents or families, your spouse or your partner, your co-parents, teachers, children, etc. Why is validation an important parenting caregiver tool? Validation shows your child that they are important enough for you to listen to and understand. If your child does not feel heard or understood, they may react by using emotion and behaviors to get you to pay attention. By using validation, your child will feel that you take them seriously and you accept them. Your child may have less intense emotional reactions and be more willing to talk about their feelings. Just like children, emotions heal when they are heard and validated. By Jill Bolton Taylor. How can I show validation? Ways to show validation to my student and with other parents, caregivers, guardians, and families. 1. You gotta sit quietly and listen to them without showing any judgment. 2. Tell them, "I am listening." 3. Acknowledge their feelings. 4. Try to understand what they are feeling or telling you. Sometimes it can take practice to find the best way to validate other individuals, even your own child. Do not give up, even when the other person does not respond. A question that we always get asked is, why should I validate my child's feelings when they are acting out? It can be very hard for a parent to want to validate their child's feelings and behaviors when they seem strange, out of control, or dangerous, and especially if they are aimed at you. It helps to remember that when you are validating your child's feelings, you are not saying you agree or like their behavior. Validation only means that you are listening and trying to understand your child's point of view. How to start using validation as a parenting or caregiver tool. Below are some steps to use to practice validating other people's feelings. Practice is important. The more you practice, the easier and less awkward it will get. Step number 1. Stop what you're doing and think about the situation. Take a moment before responding. Watch the situation. Calm yourself down before acting. Decide what your goal is. Try not to react with strong emotions. Step number 2. Look at the other person with new eyes. Be aware of your old ways of communicating and come up with new ways of thinking and responding. Remember, the person is doing the best they can in the moment. Try to find out what emotion they are feeling. If you don't know, can you ask? Think about what might be causing the person's current behavior. Think about what they're going through. Is this situation bringing up difficult memories for them? Step number 3, explore what might be getting in the way. Think about past or current concerns you bring to the situation. Has this event triggered old memories or feelings in you? Be aware of your thoughts and feelings about the situation. Decide if you are judging them or yourself in this moment. Step number 4, make a validating statement. Practice making statements that calm you and the other person. For example, it makes sense that we're frustrated. This is a tough situation. Show your understanding and acceptance. For example, I'm okay with you being frustrated right now. That concludes today's session. Thank you for attending and see you next time.